So tomorrow is my birthday. I'm gonna be 37. And my boyfriend just told me that we're gonna go out to the forest and we're gonna go for a hike and we're gonna go fishing and we're gonna try to catch some food, but we want to bring food with us just in case we don't catch any. So I'm gonna harvest these potatoes, which is my favorite thing to do because harvesting potatoes is the most fun and rewarding because you never know if you have a million things or nothing. So it's always a good surprise. And yeah, I'm gonna harvest some potatoes. I don't have a good setup for you to watch this, so like, yeah, it's not great. So I'm just gonna harvest it and I'll show you what came out of this IKEA bag. Yay! I still have one more plant to finish cleaning up, but that's what we got off of 4 seed potatoes that were probably about this size that had just sprouted. So we've got a whole bag. So I'll weigh this when I get inside. And then I'm just transplanting out some of this mulch into the bottom of a bucket. And I'm use this kind of like the leca so that it just has a little bit of like a reservoir for water. Because again, I'm too lazy to drill holes. But so I will put straw down and then that'll compost and it'll break down and it becomes its own fertilizer. But then it just gives a little like place for the roots to aerate. So yeah, that's my weird thing that I do when I do container gardening that doesn't have drainage. But because I have this left over here, I'm just gonna build these out and then reuse the soil, and I'm gonna plant, surprisingly, more brassicas because I have some cauliflower and stuff that needs to get transplanted out. And then I'm gonna refill this bag with new soil and plant more potatoes because you can never have enough potatoes in our house. And this is why I harvested this plant. It was time and things were getting weird. Too many pests and they were gonna endanger my harvest. So out they now. My container gardens have friends. I reused the soil from the potatoes to build these little buckets and planted a cauliflower in them. And so now there's a cauliflower next to each of these buckets. So our container garden is just kind of growing and spreading out. So yeah. Yay! That is my little harvest out of an IKEA bag. 1,268 grams, so that's 1.27-ish kilos, or 44.75 ounces. 2 and almost a quarter, or 2 1/8 pounds. So yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty substantial for 4 seed potatoes in an IKEA bag in the yard. Yeah, that definitely will feed us. I am not ready to harvest another cabbage, but I can prune the leaves off of these Brussels sprouts and some of the leaves off of that mystery giant cabbage, and use that as a substitute for kale. And I'm gonna make a soup with it. So yeah, that is my plan for dinner. So armed with my handful of cabbage and Brussels sprout leaves, I'm gonna go make some soup. So that is 280 grams of random cabbage leaves, which is 9.9 ounces, or almost a pound. It is just shy of a pound. It's 1/16 of an ounce shy of a pound. So that's really funny. But yeah, so just random garbage that I would either throw away, compost, or give to the chickens is gonna get chopped up and put in a soup with the tiniest potatoes, because we had these really ridiculously small potatoes, but they're still delicious. So I'm gonna clean these up and I'm gonna make a Portuguese-ish kale soup with some hot chorizo. I'm making garbage soup. It's the garbage leaves that I pruned off of some of my cabbages, Spetskal and Brussels sprouts. And then the teeny tiny baby potatoes that I got from my potato harvest. And the tops of the green onion that I cut up. I bought just to get the roots, and this is totally good. This is what you normally use, but I'm going to use it in my soup instead of yellow onion, which is what I normally use. And then that is just 2 sausages, hot chorizo that was going to go bad, and they're just in a pot. They're going to get gross and nice and crispy, and then I'm going to add chicken stock and my alliums and my cabbage. My stems will probably go in soon, and then at the end, once the potatoes have cooked through, then I'm going to add in the majority of these leafy greens and these leafy greens, and that will be my soup. And I will show you when it's done. This is my garbage soup. I had enough for 2 jars and a bowl for dinner. So last potatoes out, new potatoes in. It's got some eyes on them. They just sprouted in the kitchen, in the cupboard. We just bought these like 2 days ago. Swedish potatoes sprout so fast, it's ridiculous. And then I'm just gonna pop these underneath. And wait for them to green up. And then I'll just either add more soil, or I will maybe do the straw method and just use nothing but hay all the way up, and we'll see if that actually works better. Yeah, that seems like a plan. I'll just get some hay at the pet store or at the farm supply, and then we'll try doing round 2 potatoes with just a little bit of soil on the bottom that I amended with some slow release fertilizer, because that seemed like not a mistake, just in case. A little insurance for food. And then just put hay on top, and in another 2 months we should have another harvest, because potatoes are really fast. Thanks for watching.